Nina knelt on the damp sand, her palms pressing firmly into the cool, coarse grains. The tide pulled back with a heavy sigh, dragging small stones across the seabed with a rhythmic, haunting rattle. She did not move as the icy water rushed toward her knees, soaking the hem of her trousers. Every evening, like a clockwork ritual, she arrived at this exact spot. She sat motionless, a silent statue against the fading light, until the horizon turned a deep, bruised purple. The world around her was a blur of gray and blue, yet her focus was sharp, directed entirely at the boundary where the earth met the infinite reach of the sea. She was waiting for something she could not yet name, a feeling that the ocean was holding its breath just for her. Tonight, the air carried a strange vibration that made the fine hairs on her arms stand upright. Nina leaned forward, her chest almost touching the wet, shimmering surface of a tide pool. She dipped her fingers into the water, and a low, resonant hum pulsed against her skin, vibrating through her very bone. This was not the chaotic sound of wind or the crashing of mindless water. It was a melody, structured and deliberate, rising from the cold depths like a forgotten voice. She pressed her ear against a smooth, barnacle-covered rock protruding from the surf. The humming grew louder, a steady, rhythmic cadence that mimicked the slow, powerful thrum of a human heartbeat. She closed her eyes, blocking out the visual world, surrendering to the oscillation. She stayed there for hours, anchored to the rock until the moon climbed high above the silver waves. The next morning, the world had changed. The wind whipped through the branches of the ancient oak tree outside her window, but Nina stopped mid-stride. She tilted her head, catching the high-pitched whistle of the air moving through the leaves. Her heart skipped. It shared the same interval as the sea's song. Later, she stood under the eaves of her porch while the rain began to fall. Each drop striking the metal roof produced a distinct, percussive note that echoed the melody from the shore. She tapped her finger against the wood, matching the tempo perfectly. The realization washed over her like a flood. The music wasn't just in the water, it was the pulse of the world itself. Every snapping twig and every chirping bird was a player in a grand, invisible orchestra. She walked into the woods, no longer a stranger to the silence, but a listener to the symphony. She moved with a new grace, pausing to catalog the harmony of the wind, the rain, and the earth. She was finally hearing the hidden music beneath the noise, a song that had been playing since the beginning of time. Nina no longer walked with her head down, lost in her own thoughts. She moved through the landscape as if walking through a concert hall. The rustle of grass and the distant roll of thunder were no longer random occurrences, but notes in a masterpiece. She remained forever changed, her ears tuned to a frequency others ignored. In the quietest moments, she could still feel that rhythmic hum in her bones, reminding her that she was never truly alone. The world was singing, and finally, someone was listening.